Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Thank you for tuning in to another Patriot Plumber Report. Well, I'm doing another little test on my AC200MAX and the B230 batteries. Now, in my last video, I told you guys I hooked up my furnace, my refrigerator, and all that stuff, and I wanted to see how long I lasted, and it held out great. This time, what I did is I just hooked up my furnace and my furnace alone. So I hooked it up with a completely 2 full batteries at like 6 o'clock yesterday, and I've only used the B230 battery and the AC200MAX, and that's all I've ran is just my furnace. And so what I did is to maximize the time that I'll have throughout the day. I turned off my furnace. And then when I turned off my furnace, then I turned on my gas fireplace that has a blower on the built in, and I hooked that up to my EB70S. So whenever I was running any kind of heat, I was doing it off of my Blue 80s. So here it is. The next day, it is what does my clock say? It's almost 9 o'clock on a Tuesday. I have 25% left on my battery. I mean, I could keep on going. So what I'm going to do to see how much I can suck out of this AC200MAX, I'm going to turn off my gas fireplace, the fan and all that stuff, and then the rest of the battery that's left on my AC200MAX, I'm going to charge what I have left. So I've got 2 bars left, so I'm going to charge this up completely, and that should drain down and complete my test. So I'm just going to let you guys know, I mean, a full well over 24 hours. I mean, I could probably keep on going, but with it only being at 25%, I know that it would go dead in the middle of the night. And see, throughout the day, if there was any kind of sun, I would have been charging it up as I, used it throughout the day. But it was cloudy, but it was windy. And I'm telling you guys this right now, I would also look into wind turbine for other means of collecting free energy. We've got our gas, we've got our solar, we've got our wind turbine. I mean, the sky's the limit to be able to go completely off the grid and be self-efficient. I mean, I'll still love my gas cars, my gas lawnmowers, all that stuff. I just want to be able to heat my house and take care of my family in an emergency situation. And this Blue Eddy AC200MAX and B230 batteries are just phenomenal. And so you can see, this is that one cord that's hooked it up, and that's it. And so we got about 25%. You can zoom up there, yeah, right there, about 25%. And every time my furnace kicked on, I was only using 430 watts, if that. It fluctuated. So another win. So if you're looking for something to give you your a couple critical loads, and you want something to start off with, this is something great, for a family that really wants to be able to be prepared. This is a good step towards that. All right, you guys, so I'm going to charge up my EB70S with the remainder power on my AC200MAX and complete this mission. And I'm going to say mission successful. So if you guys have any comments or anything like that, just throw them down below. Also, please check out the links and check out the products. Blue Eddy, there's all kinds of great starter generators, panels. So get prepared, get ready, and just thank you for supporting my channel. And God bless, and have a wonderful night, you guys and gals. Bye. Okay, I just want to show you that I got my EB70S hooked up to my AC200MAX. I'm gonna draw out the rest of the power. It's at 25%, and I guarantee you I can fill up my EB70S and still have wattage left over. I still have my furnace hooked up to it, so that's going to be sucking it out. But you know what? You cannot beat free energy, and you can't beat Blue Eddy. All right, I'll show you when it's all filled up. I'm still amazed. Pretty cool. Awesome. Okay, so I am doing something else to help speed up the drain down, and I'll show you what I'm doing. So I just hooked up my EB3A to my AC200MAX, and it's still charging my my EB70S. I still have my furnace hooked up, and so I am pulling a total of 542 watts. My furnace just kicked off, so it was around 800. And so there you go. Look, I'm charging both of my little guys on my AC200MAX and my furnace. I can't believe it, you know? And I still have 17% to go. And I've been running my furnace for well over 24 hours. Now, I ran it from 6:30 at night all the way until I woke up around, I think it was like 5:30. So I turned it off around 6 o'clock in the morning, but that's when I turned on my gas fireplace and was running the heat off of my EB70S. And then roughly around like 10 o'clock, it got, to the point where I needed to start warming up the rest of the house. So I turned off the gas fireplace and swapped it back over, and, just did that throughout the day. So I'm still really impressed on how much time I'm getting. Because if you really think about it and you break it down, if I don't charge my batteries and all that stuff, I'm going to get like almost 30 hours of heat. And if you're in a emergency situation in the middle of the winter and it's 10 degrees or 20 degrees, or even if it's 30 degrees and your power goes out in your house, you're in trouble. It's going to get cold. And, to have some kind of a backup, no brainer, got to do it. Everybody do it. Just jump in those links below. Check out, the small generators and panels. And if you want to run your whole house, you can run your whole house. But it's time. It's time to just say, okay, it's time. I don't know how many times I could say it, but it's time. Just stop beating around the bush and, take that step of faith. And, once you do it, that peace of mind is going to be amazing. Because, the peace of mind that I know that I can at least keep my house warm, and then I can figure out everything else later. I know I can do my food. I know I can do my water. Heat is the number one thing when you're living in a cold country. And then you can reverse that. If you live in warm country, you'll be able to turn on AC units and, be able to keep cool. So it's a plus both directions. So I highly recommend it. Highly recommend it. Do it. And if you need any information, please contact me, in the comments, or, a lot of you guys know how to get a hold of me personally. Do it. Or, like I said, comments down below. All right, you guys. So I'm going to try to drain the rest of this battery. It's almost 10 o'clock. So hopefully I can get it all drained down and then show you it completely drained and see exactly how many hours I ran my AC200MAX with my B230 battery. It's like a little over 4,000 watts of free power. All right, you guys, stay tuned. It's almost over. Okay, so I tried to drain out the battery and stay up for it so that I could switch it over and put my furnace back on grid. I made it till like almost midnight, and I was like, that's it, I gotta go to bed. But by the time that happened, I was at 3%, and I had charged my EB70S up completely 100%, and I used about 80% throughout the day. And then my EB3A I think that was at like 74%. So I charged that all up, and that got me to 3% to midnight, and I was just like, I'm done. So what I did is I switched it over, put my furnace back on the grid, and then what I did is I just plugged in my charger and just started charging. And right now it's like 8 o'clock in the morning, 48 hours later, and I'm about 92% full. So charging up both batteries simultaneously, which I like. That's pretty cool. But I just want to let you guys know that this unit, I mean, if that 3% was throughout the day, so I could have caught it, instead of in the middle of the night, I think I could have got 32 hours with heat. 32 hours. And in that 32 hours, you can do a lot to figure out what you can do for your food, for water, whatever. But in that 32 hours, man, you're staying warm. And I wanted to kind of put the test and see, how many watts. And I cranked up my heat to like 73. And I have never put my furnace at 73. I mean, it was, pumping out about, 450 watts. Which was amazing, but it just kept it up. So I'm gonna say another win-win for the AC200MAX and the B230 battery. So I hope you guys are enjoying these videos that I'm doing to help you guys prepare for yourself. And I just want you to say, hit the links below, check out the products. If you have any questions, let me know. Please like and tell your friends and family to subscribe, help my channel. It's amazing to see how fast it grows. I'm at 378 members, and I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. It means a lot to me, especially during these times where I'm just stuck at home waiting to get my foot surgery and my neck surgery. So this really helps pass the time. All right, you guys. Well, have an amazing day or night or afternoon whenever you're watching this. God bless, and we'll talk to you later.